just open it up for questions right away. Please raise your hand and identify yourself.
It seemed like you guys weren't really flustered by the atmosphere early with the way that you started the game. How do you think you just handled the environment today?
Yeah, I thought it was an unbelievable atmosphere. I mean, it's as good as in college basketball. No one tell me that's a neutral game, please. It was a high level game. You got to give credit to Nebraska. Offensively, both teams did some elite things offensively. Between the 16-minute and 8-minute mark, they had like 35 points in that 8-minute stretch. Crowd was, you couldn't hear, it was deafening in that 8-minute stretch. And they just kept on. They're hard to guard when you got a guy like Mast who's can roll you in the post on a switch, but then he can pick and pop you on a three on a different ball screen coverage. And when he's hitting them from Sanford, they were hitting from that deep, very hard to guard. But elite atmosphere for this game.
Wilson Moore, Omaha World Herald. You mentioned Mast. Just what kind of matchup problems does he create?
He'll roll you in the post, and he takes his time, and he's very physical. He can pass out of the post. He cut up a couple teams earlier. If you try to double him, they got shooters everywhere. He takes his time in the post, then he spins, changes speeds. Elite pick and pop guy, and he can pass up there as they're playing their 5-out. He is an elite college basketball player. He really is tough to defend. We got to be better defensively. If we're the schedule we play, I mean that's the schedule we play. We've got a really good team. We've got to guard better, but you got to credit Nebraska because they are very hard to guard when they're shooting like that and the atmosphere is like that. They had everything clicking in that 8 minutes.
It seemed like you guys set the tone physically, just with your aggressive defense and be able to push the pace. Is that kind of how your game plan went in to kind of force the issue with them physically?
We were. I thought we had the pace where we wanted to. To be honest, we're fatigued. You know, and there's no excuses, but our numbers are so down. We don't have enough to go 5-on-5 in practice, and I'm really worried about it. And I worry about our conditioning. You know, I thought between that 8-minute mark, the conditioning that we got to get deeper. We're going to get another guard back here in about 10 days. That's going to really help us. We got to get some depth at the post players. We got to develop that. But I thought Nebraska just kept on running their offense hard and wore us down a little bit in that 16 to 8-minute mark. They just were really moving hard cuts, and I thought we were really good in the early on, and I just thought we got that 16-minute to the 8-minute mark. I think they scored like 35 points. I think they scored 10 straight possessions. If someone just told me, it felt like it.
Blake Speller, Shooter podcast. The Huskers were +8 in rebounding in the second half. Do you attribute that in part to the lack of conditioning?
I don't know if it's lack of conditioning. Again, I don't know what no, they just, I remember 4 or 5 50-50 balls that I was disappointed in that we didn't. So in that stretch, that's usually how it goes. In that stretch, they're hitting a shot, they get the 50-50 ball. We had 2 turnovers on 2 lob passes, and the game turns. And I thought we did so many things we wanted to do the first 25 minutes. And it's just the atmosphere, they're making shots, getting 50-50 balls. It kind of snowballed in those 8 minutes.
So it's kind of a hornet's nest for you guys just to walk into this. What do you think your team gained from playing in this type of environment with so much adversity just from the family?
Well, we learned about communication. I mean, it's on defense. Every coach will tell you this. And again, I remember you listening to Rick Majerus talk about this. Second half defense, when you're away from the bench and you're away from things, that's elite communication teams. And in this atmosphere, against the movement Nebraska does, you better communicate. And we got caught on some switches, boom, hit a screen, open 3. And we've got to get better at the second half communication. When you're fatigued and your communication goes down, you can't hear, those are all things that go against you. And I think they all went against us. I don't think our communication was great. I think we hit screens, and I think their offensive execution was great. And then they made the shots. It was like a bunch of things just all checked, I thought.
Back of the room.
Coach Herman Johnson, Nebraska Student Radio, you guys shot 90% from the free throw line and you're getting your guard back. How does that benefit you guys moving forward, knowing that every time you get fouled, you're probably going to get 2 points out?
Well, I think we got just some depth there that's going to help us. But I really thought, Nigel, X, and Dayton, our three guys, those guys can really do some things offensively. We give up size when we play the three guards together on rebounding, but we've got to collectively do a lot of good things better defensively. But I can't say enough. You got to credit Nebraska. I mean, we won't see a lot of teams in the country that can pick and pop and shoot, and a lot of teams don't go inside the post as much. As two things they do that you just don't see in the game a lot anymore. You don't see a lot of post-ups anymore, and you don't see a lot of pick and pop fives. We're not. And they have both those things. And I thought their movement was really good, fatigued us. It was an elite atmosphere. I thought it was an elite game. Disappointed we're on the wrong side of that thing, and we'll get better. We will get better.
The SEC had a record number of teams in the tournament last year, so your team is obviously exposed to a lot of what those teams look like. Does Nebraska profile as a tournament?
Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. With the shooters, the execution, toughness. They got some older guys. They got some older guys that have been there. Very, very good team. You'll see them in March. I really believe that.
I'm going to take the last one, Coach. First time for your program playing in the state of South Dakota. First time, as you mentioned, in this building, which has kind of a unique situation, unique reputation. You mentioned the electric crowd, but what are your thoughts overall on the experience and playing in a new place?
I wish I was a bystander and not the head coach who just took the L. Elite atmosphere, elite building, elite tradition. I've watched this games on the Pentagon on TV many times in my career. I was excited to play here. We thought we had our guys ready to play. We were on the wrong side of it, but elite atmosphere and Husker fan base for this game.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Appreciate you. Safe travels, man.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Good luck to you guys.